Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and today I'm going to do a little bit of a review or just in general talk about the mandala cakes, the new ones, the ombre ones. I think you saw a bit ago, maybe about a month or so ago, I bought two ombres. I don't remember if the name was like Pure Harmony or Balance or something, but it was a pink and a blue and kind of like a, I think it was just like pink and blue and like an off-white. Well, I made a baby blanket with those two and I donated it. Because the Christ Child Society, where I donate most of my baby stuff, said that they were in need of blankets. So I had one I already had made and just stashed in the cupboard. So I gave them that. That star blanket I made quite a while ago with the green and pink. And then I made one with that. And it just took two cakes. So then I went to Walmart a bit ago, like a week ago maybe, and they had the colorway Happy. So you guys, I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta buy a bunch. This is a partial cake because I don't have any full cakes left. I love this colorway, so I bought 4 of them, which is a sad thing for me to have done because they're $5.88 at my Walmart. Not on sale, not a deal, not buy one, get one free, but whatever. I loved it. It just spoke to me. I was like, I gotta buy them all. So, in this handy dandy bag that I got from the contest from the Proper Pineapple, I want to say, here, Home Fryer Ridge is the name on this label. I'm going to show you everything I made with this yarn, and then I'm going to talk to you about some of the things I liked and didn't like. Okay, so I made a baby hat. This is more of a preemie baby hat, and it's just the simple pattern where you increase, you know, every row. And then on the bottom, I did front post double crochet, back post double crochet to kind of give it that little ribbing look. And then this is what I'm working on. I made a little bit bigger of a hat. I have no baby in mind for this. I'm just making it because I love making baby stuff. And I'm going to be honest, you guys, before I started doing this before I started doing this YouTube channel and stuff, that's pretty much all I crocheted. Baby blankets, baby sweaters, baby booties, baby hats. And I would give like tons to the Christ Child Society. Why? Because I didn't know any babies to give them to, and I love making them. So I thought I was going to do a full set of this out of this yarn. So here's another hat. Now again, as you can see, I did not color control it, and the colors change right in those random places, and I don't really like that, but that's what happens with these kind of yarns. So I did 2 baby hats and a classic. I made a sweater. Now this one I did do a little, oh my gosh, isn't it cute? I did do a little color controlling, not much. I started with the orange. The orange did a color change here on the sleeve, so I'm like, not too big of a deal. But when it came down to the teal and the pink, the color controlling that I did, it changed naturally. I think I just got lucky where all the color controls were like here, or the color changes were here on the sides. Come on up, sleeve. Like right under here, so you can't really see. And then the red and the pink blend so well together, you don't see it. But the color controlling that I did do is over here for the sleeves. The sleeves, when you make this baby sweater, 1 row of the sleeves is, or 2 rows maybe, is started because when you work in a chain and then you kind of bend the chain to create the shoulders. And then I took my yarn and I cut it so I could do teal for 5 rows, pink for 5 rows, teal for 5 rows, pink for 5 rows. And so the sweater just so happens almost came out perfectly, as you can see with where the sweater is on there. Isn't that adorable? I don't plan on doing a lot of buttons because any of you who have had babies know that buttoning up a million buttons is going to take forever. I'm just going to do 1 fun button up here. So far, a sweater, 2 hats, and then I made this getting the pattern out for you. Rainbow Ripple Baby Blanket. You can look this up on Ravelry under that name, Rainbow Ripple. But I did not do rainbow in the sense I didn't follow their pattern. I just crocheted with the yarn. Wherever the color changes happened, that's where it happened. As you can see, when you first start out the blanket, it's less yarn to go around, and so the rows are thicker. But once it comes out here, you're barely getting around with one color before it changes. I've not done my ends in. As you can see, they're all flapping around. This took 2 full cakes and 2 color sections off the third. So I used 2 full cakes and 2 sections off the third. And on this third cake, I believe I made 1 sweater on the third cake. I took the 2 sections out to put towards the blanket. Then I made the baby sweater. And then I made the big hat. And that was completely 3 cakes. So, I mean, that kind of gives you, because sometimes, I don't know if any of you are in those Facebook groups, and somebody will be like, can I make a baby blanket with one? Listen to me mock. I'm so sorry. It'll be like, can I make a baby blanket with 1 cake? And so, because these ombres, if you recall, are a little less yardage, 344 yards, no, I would say you cannot make 1 baby blanket with 1 cake. You're minimum gonna want to use 2. I did a corner to corner blanket with the 2 harmonies or balance or whatever they were, the pink and blue. And that came to a blanket 34 by 34 square. Because I did a corner to corner. And that is, and I think that's a decent sized blanket. Because, you know, these days they don't really like you to be laying blankets on babies as much because of choking hazards and suffocation and overheating. Suffocation. Yeah, that's the word. But you can make a decent sized blanket to lay on the floor and to put on to have a baby lay on. But I would say minimum 2. I wasn't happy with the size of this ripple blanket at 2, so I added a little bit more, just 2 sections. You know, which is a decent amount. I don't know how much it came to. And then now this blanket from here, from one point to the other point, measures 36.5 inches across. So the question, can you make a baby blanket with 1 of these cakes? No. You're going to need minimum 2, and I would say 2 and a little bit of a third. But don't worry, because out of the third, you can make a baby sweater and a baby hat. So now I have this much left of my 4th, and I made another baby hat out of that, and I'm starting to make a little toy to go with. So then I'll have a complete set, a complete baby set. I might even still try to make a pair of booties. Yes, my darling, just 1 minute.
The space bar.
Okay, so the amigurumi that I'm making is just, it's a cat. I saw a picture of it on a Facebook group, and basically I started down here growing my project, if you will, where I do 6 single crochets into the magic ring. I'm doing magic, pulling this nice and tight. And then you know how you typically increase for like a baby hat? Then you do 2 in each stitch, so your next row is 12. And then you do 2 in a stitch, 1 in a single crochet by itself, 2 in the next stitch, 1 in, 2, 1, 2, 1. So I just grew it until I was doing 2 in 1 stitch, and then 6 single crochets by themselves, 2 in 1 stitch, 6 single crochets. So it came to being 56 stitches in a ring. And then I started going up. And this is going to be the body, kind of like a cat bear creature. And then I'm going to taper in a little bit for the neck and then out for the head. And then I'm going to make some long dangly arms and legs, maybe a tail, maybe not. Who knows, because it's not for sure a cat. And then I'm going to attach some ears and a little face piece. So that's what I'm making with this leftover cake. And so the complete set will be a sweater, a baby blanket, 2 hats, a cat, and maybe a pair of booties. Now, Flynn's back here, and he knocked over Juanita's scarf. Okay, so now, do I like the mandala cakes? Yes, I do like them. I still like them. Even though even though I'm a color controlling freak and the changes bother me when they happen in random places, I love the color combos. I mean, they're just so especially happy. It's just so vibrant, and I just love how they all go together. Now, I did find that this kind of reminded me of those Sheepies yarns that the stone-washed cottons. Obviously, this is 100% acrylic, and those were a cotton acrylic blend, but I really like this, this look, this like stone-washed where the color's not saturated fully. There's a little bit of clear. Here, I'll show. Maybe you can see better in the blue. You know, this kind of like white stuff is in it. Not fully dyed. I don't know. But I like the look of this kind of yarn. You see it there. You can see it really well in the red. So yeah, I really do love the cakes. When I see them, I just want to buy them all. I mean, if you can see over here, I'm like hoarding cakes over here. So I do love them. I wish there were a little bit more yards in them, because you know the original mandala cakes. Let me pull one of those out so you can see how many yards they are. These are 590. This is actually the one I'm using in my 7,000 giveaway, 7,000 subscriber. So I like that there's more in there. And then the Ferris wheel, there's even less, 270. That also is part of that giveaway. So for these to have 344, so at least it's a little bit more the Ferris wheel, but not nearly as much. You know what, folks? I do think you could make one full baby blanket with the original mandala cakes. Okay, so the other thing that I was going to tell you guys that I don't necessarily love about this yarn, let's see if I can find a good spot. Here we go. When it changes from one color to the other, there is not, okay, so in Karen Cakes, I believe, it is an abrupt change. It goes green, 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 red, right there. I don't know how they do it. Magic, huh? In the mandala cakes or the mandala cakes, it kind of fades. So if it's changing from gray to blue, the gray will get a little darker, and then there'll be like this dark gray blue kind of mix, and then it'll be blue. And to be honest, I like that because it hides the color changes better. Well, this one, if you can see right here, it's changing from the pink to the blue, and then you get this muddy color. Now, maybe it's because it's such a dramatic color change, whereas in the mandala cakes, I just never seen it so muddy, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Because look at this. Let me see if I can get it to focus on there. I mean, there's some dark blue. Where that even came from in the color wheel, I don't know. There's some dark blue in there, and then it changes to like this pink, meshy blue color, and then it's blue. Here it is unsightly, I feel. When the blue changes to the orange, do you see that? You get this weird green mixture. So I don't love that. Let's see if I can find another one. Interestingly enough, pretty even break from the green to the orange. Not that big of a deal. And it doesn't seem to be like too big of a deal from the red to the green. Oh, you want to know why? Because in the red to the green, I color changed. Because I didn't want this red being such a big change in the row. I just color controlled that one. That's why that one's not big. And I think I did this. Oh no, here's the start of the muddy orange and teal. So that's the thing I don't really like about these. And I'm going to tell you, it was the same way with the Harmony or New Balance. I can't remember what that pink and blue's name was. So I don't care for this section right here where it's muddy. I like it when it fades from one color to another. And it's only like, let's see. Well, you're not going to be able to tell very good with the red, are you? Here's where the color changes from the red to the blue. Because you see we're on the red. Here's the red to the blue. It's a pretty decent amount where the red and the blue are all mixed together and it starts making a weird color. Now, the way to solve that is cut it, join with the next color, and just skip that part out. And I have done that a few times when I just really didn't like it, because the rest of the sweater, I only have it a little bit up on the shoulder here and then over here in the back armpit. Otherwise, that's exactly what I did. If it started getting, and I did that with that hat, remember? Because I just said I didn't want to see that change, so I just cut that part out. So, I mean, that's where it is. Overall, though, I would say that for the 344 yards and I mean, even though this colorway just blew me out of the water, I wanted to buy them all, and I settled for 4. I took Shirley's advice, remember, jamming with yarn. You should always buy at least 3 or 4 of a certain color so you can make a decent project. I grabbed 4, but I mean, for $5.88, I don't know, am I such a cheapskate? I mean, maybe I am. Maybe $5.88 is definitely a reasonable price for a skein of yarn. Now, it would be nicer, obviously, if I could buy one, get one half off, but you're not going to get that at Walmart. And I didn't check to see how much Lion Brand website is selling these ombres for. So I don't know if you can get a deal, maybe a coupon or 20% off your order or free shipping. But I am really happy. I am super happy with this set. And I like the yarn. I mean, it's not like my favorite, but I'm real happy I got it. And I'm happy. And it's called Happy. So yeah, that's all I have to say. The only thing I don't like is where it's fading from one color to the other. I did do one more blanket in this time period. This was just a couple day. I made this with some chunky yarn. I'm donating it to Christ Child Society. It's a corner to corner, and this is actually about the size of the other one that I made, but this is made with, I love this chunky, and it's so soft. So even though the color I think is good for a boy or girl, correct? It is super soft. It's not fancy, like with all the color changes and the shenanigans, but oh, I almost wish I could keep it for a Snuggie. So that is what I've been working on all this time. I've been crocheting a full baby set. I will put a link in the description to the Rainbow Ripple blanket. I don't have a link really for the hat because I just make it. I do have a tutorial way back where I show you how I make this hat. And then on that hat, instead of doing the front post and back post double crochet, I do a crab stitch. Maybe I'll make a little tutorial on that, just so that, nice to have that stuff up. And then my new project I am so excited about. I'm actually probably going to make 2. Because one of them, I'm going to use this yarn from Knit Crate. I ordered another one, so I have 2 of these now. And Holly from the Proper Pineapple just came out with a new shawl / scarf. And I'm super excited to make that. Get it up there. It won't. So yeah, that's my new project. I want to finish up this cat bear stuffy that I'm making to go with this baby set. And then, what can I link? Oh, the baby sweater. I can put a link in the description to that. I get that off of Ravelry too. Although I don't technically look at it anymore. I can make one of those in my sleep. But yeah, this has been a great, that's what I started. I actually started this ripple blanket on the Saturday before Memorial Day. So I worked on this, and then I started so since Saturday, and then this is Thursday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and this is half day Thursday. I haven't even started working yet. For 5 days, I made the blanket, 2 hats, a sweater, and I started the lovey. But that is all I have in this video. I'll put a link in the description to my hat tutorial. I'll put a link in the description to the patterns, the Rainbow Ripple blanket, and the baby sweater that I use. And then I will also, you guys, put a link in the description to Leah in Australia. We did a swap. Now, I haven't received hers yet, so I haven't opened it, obviously, because it's not here. But if you want to swing on over and see what I mailed her, you guys can watch that. I packaged her up some yarn and a couple little goodies. So I'll put a link in the description to that video. Otherwise, you can wait, and when I open the gift from her, I'll put a link in the description again to that video if you want to see what I sent to Australia to represent the United States in the yarn biz. Let's see here. What else was I gonna say? I think that's it. I made the baby blanket. I made the set. I'm gonna make Holly swing on over to Holly the Proper Pineapple, or look her up on Ravelry because she's got that new pattern. I want to say it's like a $5 pattern. But her shawl construction from the last one is phenomenal. You'll love it. It's a nice, easy, quick make. She has a certain amount of repeats, and you don't have to, like, you know, it's not really hard. You don't have to look at the pattern every couple of stitches to know what you're going to do. But that's that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Remember, if you want to be entered in the 7,000 subscriber giveaway, you've got to go watch that video. You can't enter here, but if you want to enter that, this is the yarn you're going to be getting right over there. 2 Ferris wheels, 2 mandala cakes, one of these little thingies, and those 5 baby yarns right behind me. Until then, until the next video, my friends, happy crafting. I almost said something sassy. Happy crafting. Okay. Bye.